Perfect. And we'll begin today using your towel or your blanket, whatever tool you have. And we're all going to be working with different shapes, different sizes. So take your blanket so that it's wider than the width of your body and roll it up into what I call a little taquito shape, so that it ends up looking something like this. So we'll all be working with different levels of thickness and different lengths and shapes, but get it to look something like this. And then you'll be taking it underneath your armpit so that there's a little bit of blanket coming out on either side. And then once you have that set up, go ahead and lie all the way down on your back so that it's right underneath the shoulder blades. And once you're down on your back, take your arms out to either side into a bowl post shape or a cactus shape. Options for the lower body, you can take the legs all the way out on the mat, or you can have the knees bent, feet nice and wide, and the knees knocking in towards center. Whatever feels better for you this morning. And then once you've got yourself positioned, allow your eyes to close for these first few moments of our practice. Beginning with this very passive heart opener, just letting the shoulders, the body drop down towards the earth and down towards the mat. As you close your eyes, begin to bring your awareness internally. Noticing how all of the activities of the week, of the weekend are showing up in your body. Just noticing if there are any areas that feel particularly tight or tense. And as we take our next few breaths here, begin to slow and deepen the inhalations and the exhalations. And envision your breath moving into those parts of the body that feel like they can let go, can relax. Take 2 more full rounds of breath here. Feeling the chest, the heart space expand and begin to open. And then as you exhale, feeling the shoulders, the body drop down towards the mat. Release all of your air. And then just lift the chest and the head slightly, slide that blanket out from underneath you and just set it over to the side. Hug the knees in towards your chest, reach through the legs, bring your hands to grip the heels and draw the knees down towards the armpit, coming into happy baby. You can hold your happy baby right here, just enjoying the stillness on the mat, or you can start to rock it back and forth, taking the knees over to one side and then the other. Maybe straightening one leg as you bend more deeply into the other and rocking that back and forth. Beginning to experiment and start tapping into that intuitive sense of what your body needs. And roll back to center. Hug the knees in towards the chest once more. Inhale here. Exhale, let both knees drop over towards the left side of the mat. Bring the gaze out over the right shoulder. Inhale, hug the knees back to center. And exhale, take the knees over towards the right, gaze out over the left shoulder. Inhale, hug the knees back towards center. And take a few gentle little rocks back and forth along the spine. Rock and roll, up and back. And then eventually come to a seat on the mat. Good. Cross one shin in front of the left. Right shin in front of the left. Bring your hands to heart center and close your eyes here. Root your seat down into the mat. Feel that propelling action through the spine as you lift the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And we'll have kind of a two-part dedication at the beginning of our practice together. So for part one, just think to yourself of one person that you would like to dedicate your practice to. One person who you just kind of want to send a little good juju, some good vibes, maybe a little extra love today. That person could be yourself. And then after you've chosen who you want to dedicate your practice to, think of one intention for your movement and your breath today. Maybe that intention is something that you want to cultivate, to grow, to build through your practice, or maybe it's something that you want to release, to let go of. Or maybe it's just simply choosing love and acceptance today. With our intentions and our dedications in mind, inhale all together, fill up deep into the belly. Exhale, open the mouth, release. Again, once more, just like that. Inhale, fill it up. And exhale, open, empty out. On your next inhale, let your eyelids flutter open. Bring the hands down to your knees. And we'll move through a cat-cow motion in the spine. So as you inhale, take the chest forward through the shoulders, lift the chest, maybe lift the gaze. And as you exhale, round the spine back, navel towards the back body. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, round it back, chin towards your chest. Inhale, glide forward, chest through the gates of the shoulders. Exhale, round it back. Good, keep going just like this at your own pace. Everything always at a pace that works for you. Matching your movement to your breath, finding that rhythm. And then keeping the same action in the spine. Take the hands to the base of the skull, interlace the fingers, and on the inhale, lift the gaze, elbows wide. Exhale, round it back, elbows drop down sides of the face. Inhale, forward. And exhale, round. Good, take a few more rounds here. Letting yourself start to feel like the body is waking up. Juices are starting to flow. And then after your next round, just return to your neutral spine and bring the hands down by your sides. Reach for whatever you'll be using as a strap this morning, belt, leash, whatever it might be. If you have a belt with any kind of metal loop at the end, just hold that end in one side so it's not flailing around. And then take the strap out in front of you Starting slightly wider than shoulder width distance. Pull on either end of the strap like you were going to tear it into two. And as you inhale, lift it up overhead and slightly behind the head. And as you exhale, slowly take it back down, pulling tightly on either end of that strap. Inhale, lifting it up. And then exhale, taking it forward. Adjust however you need to here. So if you feel like it needs to be a little more challenging, make the hands more narrow. If your shoulders are like, no way, what's going on? Take the hands a little bit wider. All right, one more round here, matching this movement to breath. And then you can wad up your strap and just set that over to the side. Switch the cross of your legs. We've been sitting in one position for a little too long, so keep that in balance. Take the other shin in front. And then bring your arms into Garudasana arms or eagle arms. Right arm coming underneath the left, forearms wrapping and palms together. If this isn't working out, you can just take the backs of the palms together rather than twisting. Good. Lift the elbows up so that they're in line with the shoulders. And then take the fingertips over towards the right, any amount. Feeling that opening through the backs of the shoulders. Inhale, come back through center, fingertips over towards the left. Good, back to center, and then take the fingertips forward. The challenging part here will be to keep your elbows lifted. Come forward any amount, it doesn't matter how much. And then return to center. Release the arms, maybe shake them out a little bit. And then we'll take that on the other side. So left arm coming underneath the right this time. Choose any position that works. You can just stack elbow on top of elbow, backs of the palms towards one another, or maybe wrap all the way around, palms touching. Same thing here, lifting the elbows up so they're in line with the shoulders. Take it over towards the left. Inhale through center, fingertips over towards the right. Inhale to center and then take it forward. Doesn't matter if it's 1 centimeter, 1 inch, any amount. Inhale back through center, release the arms. Let them come down by your sides, right? From here, come into your tabletop position. So stack your shoulders over elbows, over wrists, and then stack your hips over your knees. On an inhale, we'll take cat-cow on this plane. Just drop the belly, send the heart forward. And on your exhale, round the spine, press the floor away. Keep going in that pattern. Inhale, dropping it forward. Exhale, rounding and pressing. Good. Once more, tapping back into that intuitive sense of whatever your body might need, might be asking for. Feel free to freestyle, go a little off the train tracks here. Adding in any other movements or motions that feel good, maybe taking the ribs in a circle. You can linger in any area that feels like it needs that extra TLC. And then on your next inhale, return to a neutral spine. Open the right hand up towards the ceiling. Turn the chest towards the right side of the room. Exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left shoulder. Bring the right shoulder down, right temple down to the mat. Press that left palm into the floor to spin your chest open towards the left side of the room. And then press into the left palm. Inhale, reach the right fingertips towards the ceiling once more. And both palms come down. Other side, inhale, left hand reaches towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread that left arm underneath the right shoulder, left temple down to the mat. Press the right palm into the mat to spin your chest open. Inhale, open the left fingertips towards the ceiling once more, and both palms come back down. We'll do another variation of this. Right hand reaches up towards the ceiling, and right arm threads all the way through. Right shoulder comes down, right temple comes down. From here, left leg comes out to the side. So the left leg is out in the same direction as those right fingertips. And then lift the left palm up off of the mat, reach the left fingertips towards the ceiling, and spin your chest more open. Like you were trying to reach something behind you with that left hand. And this was the way you had to do it for some reason. Or as one of my teachers says sometimes, like you were trying to pet a dog behind you. Good. Unwind from here. Bring the left palm back down. Bring the left knee back in. Open it up one more time. And then both palms come back down. Taking that to the other side. Inhale, left arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread the left arm through underneath the right shoulder. Right leg this time comes out to the side. Bring that connection with the sole of the foot down to the mat, and then open the right hand up towards the ceiling. Spin your chest open towards the ceiling. Good. Unwind from here. Right palm back down, right knee back in. Open the left hand up towards the sky once more. And both hands come back down. Okay. Walk the hands forward in front of you so that the arms come to about a 45-degree angle. Before melting your chest down to the floor, press the palms down into the mat, spread the fingertips wide, roll the upper outer arms down towards the mat, and then with those strong engaged arms, melt the chest down towards the floor, coming into puppy pose. Hips stay stacked over the knees. Feel the side body lengthening all the way from the hip crease down through the fingertips. On your next inhale, walk the hands back to a tabletop position. Tuck all 10 toes underneath. Sit your hips down towards your heels, and then pressing through the palms, lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Take this first downward facing dog with very bent knees and melt your chest towards your thighs. You can pedal out your knees here, bending deeply into one leg as you straighten the other, taking that back and forth. Good. On your next exhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Inhale, ride the breath forward, slide forward into plank, stacking the shoulders over the wrists. And then on your exhale, ride the breath back, lift the hips up towards the ceiling as you come into downward facing. Inhale, glide it forward. Ride the wave of the breath forward into your plank. Exhale, hips towards the sky. Navel draws in towards the back body, downward facing. One more. Inhale, slide it forward into your plank. And then this time, bend the elbows, lower all the way down onto your belly. Interlace your fingers behind your back. If this interlace isn't accessible, grab your strap and just hold one side of the strap in one hand and one in the other. With the interlace of the fingers or with that grip on the strap, on your inhale, lift the chest, lift the head up off of the mat, press the clasp of the hands away from you as you draw the shoulder heads away from the ears. Hold here. And exhale, lower back down. Press the tops of the feet down into the mat. Get the legs nice and active. Engage all the way through the legs so you feel the knees lift up off of the mat. And one more. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the head, shoulder blades together, shoulder heads away from the ears. Exhale, lower. You can take that version one more time, or on the inhale, lift the legs, lift the chest, lift the head. Everything comes up off of the mat into your Shalabhasana. Gaze down the bridge of the nose, and exhale, we lower. Release the hands, bring the palms outside the ribs. Inhale, press through a tabletop. Tuck all 10 toes underneath. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, come high on the balls of the feet and tiptoe your feet all the way forward to the top of your mat so you come into a forward fold. In your forward fold, take a nice deep bend in both knees. Once more, interlace the fingers behind the back or use your strap. And then inhale, bend the knees, lift the torso up to a chair pose. Exhale, release forward over the legs, forward fold. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the head, sit back. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, come into chair, bend the knees, sit the hips back. And then press through the soles of the feet. Sweep the arms wide up overhead and draw the hands to heart center. Good. We'll take our cat-cow motion in the spine. Once more here from a standing position. Interlace the fingers behind the head. So bring them to the base of the skull. Take the elbows wide. On your inhale, lift the gaze, lift the chest, elbows wide. And on your exhale, bend the knees, round the spine, chin towards your chest. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, round it in. Bend the knees, elbows to either side of the face. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. This time with the rounding, keep rounding all the way forward into your forward fold. And then release the hands down to the mat. Inhale, elevate the chest, lift the chest parallel to the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up. Sweep the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers at the nape of the neck once more. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, round into that cat-like spine. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, round it in, bend the knees. Inhale, open. And then this time, exhale, follow the rounding all the way down into your forward fold. Release the hands down to the mat. Inhale, elevate the chest, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, stacking the spine, reach the arms wide, and bring the hands back down, base of the skull. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, round it forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, follow the rounding all the way down, forward fold. Inhale to elevate, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press down through the soles of the feet. Make your way all the way up to standing. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up wide. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. You can always bend the knees in your forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, step the right foot back, and then step the left foot back into your plank. Hold your plank here for one round of breath. Draw the navel towards the back body. And on your exhale, lower down to your belly. Bring your hands outside your ribs. Inhale, pressing down through the palms. Lift the chest, lift the head just slightly into a little baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, we'll take that again. Lift the chest, lift the head. Maybe the cobra gets a little bigger. Exhale, lower it down. Last one. Inhale, chest and head lifts. Legs are active and engaged. Exhale, we lower. Press down through the palms to come up into a tabletop. And from your tabletop, tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take 5 full, deep, nourishing breaths here. Good, breathing deep into the belly. Filling all the way up, sending the breath through the back body, finding a sense of openness, of space, of expansion. And then on your inhale, come to the balls of the feet, bend the knees, bring your gaze forward, and hop or walk your feet to meet your hands at the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, chest lifts, spine lengthens. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, roll it up, sweep the arms wide. And exhale, draw hands to heart center. Good, again, like that. Inhale, grow tall through both sides of the body. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, halfway lift, elevate the heart. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, step the left foot back, and then step the right foot back this time. Holding in your plank for one round of breath, building strength through each breath. And then bend the elbows, or you can always drop the knees, come down onto your belly once more. Press down through the palms. Inhale, come up into a cobra pose. Lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale, lower. You can take that once more, or press the tops of the feet down into the mat. Feel the legs get all the way active and engaged. Feel the knees lift up off of the mat. And press down through the palms, lift everything up into upward facing dog. Legs lift, chest, pelvis, head. Exhale, lower back down. Take one more cobra or upward facing dog, it's your choice. Inhale, lift up into either back bend. Exhale, lower back down. Press down through the palms, press into tabletop. Get all 10 toes tucked underneath. And then lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog, taking 5 full breaths here once more. Remembering you can modify, adjust however you need to throughout your practice. Take rest when you need to, come into child's pose. Everything that I say throughout practice is really just a suggestion. You know what your body needs better than anyone, so listen to that intuitive sense. Inhale, come high on the balls of the feet. We bend the knees. Bring the gaze forward. Take your pick, hop or walk the feet to meet the hands and forward fold. Inhale, elevate, lift, and lengthen. Exhale, release forward. Inhale, roll it up, arms sweep wide, palms touch overhead. And then exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Inhale, lift it up, grow tall. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, elevate, lift it up. Exhale, we fold. Plant the palms from here, hop or step your feet into your plank. Holding one round of breath, press down through the palms, and then exhale, lower through your chaturanga. Inhale, choose cobra or upward facing. And then you can come through tabletop into your downward facing dog, or just tuck the toes, lift the hips right up and back. On your next inhale, right leg sweeps up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Peek out under that right arm, beginning to turn the chest towards the right side of the room. And then straighten the right leg back, turn the chest back towards the mat. On your next exhale, right foot comes all the way through in between the hands. Drop the left knee, untuck the left toes, stack the palms on top of the right thigh, and upright your torso. Before moving any further from here, find your foundation. So find your anchor here. Pressing down through the base of the right foot, the top of the left foot, drawing the inner thighs towards one another, right hip crease pulling back. Inhale, once you have that grounding, open your arms to goalpost or cactus arms. Inhale, open across the chest. Exhale, bring the forearms together in front of you. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, arms go wide, maybe your gaze lifts. Exhale, bring it together. 2 more, inhale, open. Exhale, together. Inhale, we open wide. Exhale, forearms together. Bring the left hand down on the inside of the right foot. Open the right hand up towards the ceiling. Just a simple twist in your low lunge. And then both hands come down to frame the right foot. And begin to wiggle that right leg towards straight. It doesn't have to actually get straight. You can keep the knee bent as much as needed, but you're working in that direction. If you have blocks, you can take those blocks underneath your hands or just come onto fingertips. And then release the chest and the head forward any amount over that right leg. Good. Shake the head, yes and no. Let go of any tension. And then rock forward back onto the sole of the right foot. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, step the right foot to meet the left, and make your way through any version of a vinyasa. So you can lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale into a cobra. Press through tabletop and tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Any variation that works for you. Take a breath in between sides, reset, recalibrate. And then on your next inhale, slowly lift that left leg up. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Let your chest turn a little bit, peek out underneath that left arm. Then turn the chest back down towards the mat. Extend the left leg straight. Exhale, left foot comes all the way through, in between the palms, right knee drops, right toes untucked. Stack the palms on top of the left thigh, upright the torso. Find your balance, your foundation here before going any further. Inner thighs drawing in, that left hip crease drawing back. From that strong foundation, open the arms up into your goalpost arms. Inhale, go wide. Exhale, forearms together. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, draw it in. On the inhale, open wide, maybe the gaze lifts. Exhale, together. Take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, forearms in. Inhale, expand across the heart space. Exhale, bring it in. Right palm or fingertips come down inside the left foot. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Good. Spinning the chest open towards the left side of the room. And then both hands come down to the mat, framing that left foot. You can bring it onto fingertips or blocks. Begin to work the left leg towards straight. Let the knee bend if that's what the knee needs to do. Listen to your body. Releasing forward over the left leg. On every inhale, finding more length in the spine. And on every exhale, releasing a little bit more forward. Good. On your next inhale, rock forward onto the sole of the left foot once more. Plant the palms, tuck those right toes, lift the knee. Step the left foot to meet the right. So you come into your plank. Choose any variation of a vinyasa, or you can always skip that and send the hips right up and back into downward facing. When we meet in downward facing dog, inhale, rise high on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, bring the gaze forward, hop or walk the feet, forward fold. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale, we release. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Feel the energy all the way from the soles of the feet up through the fingertips. And then keep the arms lifted overhead. Take the left wrist into your right hand and side bend towards the right, opening up that left side body all the way from the sole of the foot through the fingertips. Inhale, come back through center, switch the clasp of the hands and side bend in the other direction. Good, it doesn't have to be super deep. Just go to any amount that feels good. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale, hinge, dive forward. Inhale, elevate, lift, and lengthen. Exhale, we fold. Plant the palms, hop or step back into your plank. Bend the elbows, lower onto your belly or just come into your up dog. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, right leg goes up into the sky, come into three-legged dog. Exhale, draw that right foot all the way through. Staying on the ball of the left foot, inhale, rise up, come into a crescent lunge. Same as we did in our low lunge, find your strong foundation here. Pressing down into the sole of the right foot, pressing down into the ball of the left foot. That left knee can be bent any amount it needs to be. And then take the arms back behind you like airplane wings. You can keep them just like this or interlace the fingers behind your back if that feels good. Inhale, lift the chest, shoulder heads away from the ears. Exhale, come forward, hover the chest over the thigh. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it forward, hover, stay hovering. This is where we get a little bit crazier. Bring the weight into the sole of the right foot. Press down through the ball of the left foot and bring the chest to hover and that left leg to parallel, warrior 3. If you start wiggling and wobbling, let it happen. If you fall out, just come back in, lifting the chest towards the horizon. And then slowly lower the left foot back down. Beautiful. Release the hands, bring the left hand down on the inside of the right foot, reach the right hand up towards the ceiling, open the chest, and then both palms down, right foot steps back to meet the left, make your way through your version of your vinyasa, and we meet in our home base, our downward facing dog. Bringing that into balance on the other side. Inhale, left leg floats. Exhale, left foot comes forward. Staying high on the ball of the right foot. Inhale, we come up into our crescent lunge. Find your foundation. Draw that left hip crease back. Right thigh presses forward. Everything working into center line to help you keep your balance. And then interlace the fingers behind your back or just take airplane arms. Inhale, chest lift. Exhale, come forward and we hover. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, chest comes forward like you're an airplane about to take off. And then pressing down into the sole of the left foot, lift the chest, lift the right leg so it comes somewhat parallel to the mat. Good, hug your shoulder blades together, shoulder heads back. And then with control, right foot comes back down to the mat. Release the hands, right hand down on the inside of the left foot. Open the left hand towards the sky. Beautiful. Looks like a bunch of synchronized swimmers on the screen. And then release both hands. Left foot steps to meet the right. Make your way through your vinyasa, any vinyasa flow. And then the hips lift, downward facing dog. Okay, this is our final down dog. So feel into it. Notice if this feels any different than the down dog you first took at the beginning of our practice together. Noticing if you feel any more open, any more space. And then say your farewells to down dog till the next time. Inhale, slide forward into your plank. And exhale, lower onto your belly. We're gonna do kind of a funky little shoulder opener here. So I'll just show you what the arms will look like. It'll be one time on each side. For the first one, take that right arm across the body, left arm across the body, and you're gonna lay down, resting the chin onto this little pillow you made with your arms. So you're opening up across the upper back. Great. When I learned this, they taught it as thinking of one of those bow ties that's on a cartoon, like one of those giant bow ties. So there's a visual for you if that helps. And then lay down and just let that sensation come through the upper back, through the shoulders. Good. Lift your chest up just slightly so that you can bring the other arm on top, whatever arm wasn't on top beforehand. And then same, rest the chin down onto this little pillow you made with your arms. And don't forget to breathe. Good. Inhale, unwind yourself. And then bring yourself back down onto the mat. And we're going to take a little half T position in the arms. So I'll show you what this will look like. Laying all the way down onto our belly. Your legs will be all the way out, ignore mine. Bring the right arm out to a half T position and bring the left palm to stamp down onto the mat on the other side. Roll your way over so that the left hip stacks on top of the right hip. You're rolling towards this right shoulder. If this feels good, just stay here. If you're like, I want a little more, then you bend the left knee, bring the left foot on the outside of the right leg, and you can even bend the right knee and bring that right foot next to the left. Just rolling yourself open. Keep pressing down into the left palm to spin your body open. One more breath here. And then roll it back onto your belly. Make a little pillow, stacking one palm on top of the other. Bring your forehead down onto that pillow and windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Beautiful. And then same other side. Left arm comes out to that half T. Right palm stamps down onto the mat. Legs nice and long like a pencil. Roll over towards the left shoulder, stacking the right hip on top of the left hip. And then assess, because our sides are never symmetrical. Maybe you want to stay right here. Maybe you bend the right knee. Maybe you bend the left knee. Wringing yourself out like a towel. Good. If you've bent your legs, extend them out long. Roll back onto the belly. Press through a tabletop position and then come onto your seat. Take your feet out in front of you, a little wider than hips width distance. Bend the knees and bring the heels down onto the floor. Bring your fingertips behind you just for a little support. And then begin rocking the knees back and forth. You can allow your hips to lift as you do this. And take this at any pace. If it feels good to go a little faster, do that. If it feels good to slow it down, do that. If it feels good to linger anywhere in particular, do your thing. All right. And then the next time the knees come over towards the right, stay there. Lift the left arm up and around so that both hands come behind. You can stay pressed up onto your palms, or you can lower onto the forearms, or you can melt the chest forward and extend the arms all the way out. It's always an experiment to see what works, what feels best. On your next inhale, lift yourself back up onto your palms and then come back through center. Rock the knees over towards the left, right arm lifts. Bring both hands back behind you. And same choices over here. You can stay pressing onto the palms, come down onto the forearms, or melt the chest all the way down towards the floor. Arms coming out long in front of you. Press yourself back up onto your palms. Inhale, return through center. Extend the legs out long in front of you. Take your arms forward in front of you, palms facing towards one another. And then slowly, slowly lower all the way back down onto your back till everything plops down and you can let a sigh out of your mouth. Good. Bring the soles of the feet down to the mat about hips width distance apart. We'll take just one back bend today. So we've done a lot of work to open across the heart space to prepare to come into a back bend. If you're ready personally, you can come into a wheel pose. Otherwise, hips about feet about hips width distance apart, heels close enough that you can brush the backs of the heels with your fingertips. Arms come down along your sides, palms facing down towards the mat. Inhale, press the hips up towards the ceiling. Wiggle the shoulder blades a little closer together. Maybe you can interlace the fingers underneath the back and use that clasp to help you lift a little higher. Take one more full, nourishing breath wherever you are. And exhale, we lower all the way down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Bring the soles of the feet together and bring the soles of the feet down towards the mat. And let the knees fall open wide. So you're coming into a Supta Baddha Konasana position. Soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Bring your arms out past your ears. Inhale here. Exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Good. Inhale, soles of the feet together, lower down towards the mat, knees wide. And then exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Twice more. Inhale, soles of the feet together, knees open wide, arms overhead. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale, bring it out, Supta Baddha Konasana, arms overhead. Exhale, hug it in and stay here. Rock the knees over towards the left. Bring your gaze out over the right shoulder, just a very gentle supine twist. Beginning to feel the transition in your breath, in your body from movement, from exertion. Now working towards that more cooling, calming breath as we're headed toward our final resting pose. Inhale, hug the knees in towards your chest and then bring them over to the right side of the body, gaze out over the left shoulder. Inhale, come back into center. And then take the next minute or so for any final movements, motions, postures, poses, wiggles, whatever it might be that your body needs before we move into our Shavasana. Maybe another twist, maybe taking your legs up a wall. Anything that will help you feel complete and feel settled. And then as you're ready, extend your legs out long on the mat. You could even use your blanket here and lay the blanket across your hips for a more grounding experience. Good. Bring your arms alongside your torso, palms facing up towards the ceiling in a gesture of receiving, or you can place the palms onto the belly in a gesture of grounding. Allow your eyes to close once more, turning your awareness inward, just like we did at the beginning of class. Taking one more body scan from the crown of the head all the way down to the soles of the feet. Checking in for any lingering areas of the body that are holding any tightness, any tension. direct your breath, envision your breath moving into those parts of the body and inviting a sense of letting go. Begin to feel everything dropping down towards the mat, down towards the earth. Your feet, your legs, your pelvis begin to feel heavier. Let the belly sink down towards the mat, the chest, the arms, the shoulders. Give in to the pull of gravity. Release any lingering tension in the throat. Unclench the jaw. Unfurrow the brows. Breathe. Rest. Shavasana. If time allows for you, I invite you to stay in your Shavasana for longer. Otherwise, begin to bring some small movements back into the body, maybe wiggling the fingertips and the toes. Point the toes away from you, extend the arms out past your ears, reach the fingertips in the opposite direction. Taking one nice long wake up stretch, and then hug both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. Guide both knees over to either side of the body, coming into the fetal position. And then pressing through the strength of your upper arm, bring yourself to a comfortable seat on your mat, keeping your eyes closed, and draw your hands to prayer at heart center. Bring your awareness back to the dedication and to the intention that you set at the start of your practice. Think of the person that you've dedicated your practice to and send that person a little extra love, good energy. Send yourself a little extra love, gratitude, good energy for coming to your mat this morning. We've cleared space in the heart, open space as we transition from winter into spring. Move forward into the rest of your weekend and into a new week with a little extra love for yourself and for those around you. Lift the thumb knuckles up to forehead center. Inhale all together, breathe in a whole lot of love. Exhale, breathe out a whole lot of love. Thank you so much for coming to practice this morning and for supporting such a good cause, a cause that's near and dear to a lot of our hearts. So I'm very, very appreciative. I know Marisa is as well. And I'll definitely let everybody know the final total that we'll be able to donate that we've collected all together. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Marisa, I don't know if you want to say anything else. Oh, you're muted.
Hey, I just want to thank everybody. It was a wonderful practice. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Happy Sunday.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah. Surprise guest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Okay.
Thanks, Em.